Yes, my dear students, in the previous classes we have done preparation of inorganic salts as well as titration of potassium permanganate. Today we have to start another segment of our practicals, that is salt analysis. Today we have to perform salt analysis. That is, we have to find the acid radical and basic radical of given salt. That is, we have to detect the given salt. For this, we have to go through the various part of our experiment. The first of we'll have to go through the physical analysis. Physical analysis of the salt. Your salt is given now crystalline. Color of the salt is your deep blue. And order, you take a pinch of salt and a drop of water on your on your palm and rub it and smell it. You will see, observe no characteristic order in this given salt. The next is your solubility in water. Take a test tube, add a pinch of the salt in it and shake it well. You will observe the salt is get dissolved in it, that is, salt is soluble in water. This is your physical analysis. The state is crystalline, color is deep blue, order no characteristic smell, and solubility, it is soluble in water. After this, we go through the chemical analysis. In chemical analysis, we have to go through the two parts. The first part is dry test and the second part is wet test. First part is your dry test and second part is your wet test. First we will do dry test. And dry test for basic radical and dry test for acid radical. Dry test for acid radical and dry test for basic radical. First we will do dry test for basic radical. For this, the first we have to take a dry test tube and add a pinch of salt in the dry test tube and heat it. When I heat, it turns from blue to white. It turns from blue to white. It infers that the salt given salt may be of copper +2, that is cupric ion. Then take the salt, a pinch of salt in a dry test tube and heat it, it becomes white. And then it may give the information about that the given salt may be cupric ion. Then after we will do the flame test. For the flame test, we will take platinum wire, arrange it with the Concase H2SO4 and then add the salt to the flame, to the platinum wire and brought into the flame, oxidizing flame, blue flame, and observe the color. This color will be greenish blue. You will observe the color, it will be greenish blue. That will infer that the given salt is Cu2 plus maybe. Then after, as it is this given salt is colored salt, that's why borax bead test is needed. Your given salt is blue in color and for the colored salt, borax bead test is needed. In the borax bead test, we will rinse the platinum wire and add borax to the tip of the platinum wire and make the tip of borax, then add the salt over it and brought to the flame. You will observe that this is your red bead is obtained. After taking the salt on the bead of borax, you will get red bead of salt. This will give the interference of cupric ion. After getting the bead of salt, that is you observe, it is red bead, it infers that the salt may be cupric. This is your dry test for basic radical. Now see the process. This is your salt sample. The first we have to do dry heating test. For this we have to take a pinch of salt in dry test tube and heat it. You can see it now. It get decolorized and turns from blue to white. Again, if you add a few drop of water in it, it again turns blue. Again it turns blue. It interferes that the given salt may be of copper. After dry heating test, we will go through the flame test, for which we need a platinum wire. First of all, we have to rinse this platinum wire with corn H2SO4. We will dip this platinum wire in HCl. Now we have to add salt to the platinum wire. Observe the color of the flame. It is your, you can see the color, it is greenish. This gives you interference of cupric ion, Cu2 plus ion. Then after we go through the borax deep test, because it is your colored salt. This is your borax. We have to now make bead of borax. and add salt to it. Here you can see it clearly that red bead is obtained. This infers that the given salt may be of cupric. This is your dry test. Then after we go through the wet test, because this salt does not give any characteristic taste with the dilute acids. That's why we will go through the wet test now. We have completed dry test. Now we have to go through the wet test. For the wet test of acid radical and wet test for basic radical, we have to take the salt and add it dilute H2SO4. No characteristic smell or gas is evolved. As well as when you add conc H2SO4, no gas is evolved. That's why there is no need of characteristic gas is evolved. That's why no need of acid wet test for acid radical. Now wet test for acid radical. Here we have to in wet test, first of all we have to take given salt sample and make its solution. We have to first take the sample of the salt and make its solution in distilled water. Then after we have to add barium chloride solution. Then we have to add barium chloride solution, and it will give you white precipitate. This will confirm that given salt is sulfate. As the chemistry, the given salt for the white precipitate with barium chloride, that means it will add to the barium sulfate is produced, and that's why we can confirm that the given salt having acid radical sulfate. Second test we can also do. We take the organic sample and make this solution in distilled water, and lead acetate solution is added. After adding a little of lead acetate solution, again we will get white precipitate. That will confirm the given salt is your sulfate salt. That is acid radical of given salt is your sulfate ion. After getting the confirmation of sulfate radical, acid radical is your sulfate, we go through the wet test for basic radical. After confirmation of sulfate radical, acid radical is our sulfate, we go through the wet test for basic radical. Then for the basic radical, we first go through the group analysis. In group 1 reagent is your dilute HCl. Group 1 reagent is your dilute HCl. We make the solution of the given salt sample and added HCl, dilute HCl in it. There is no precipitate obtained. That means group 1 is absent. Then we will add group 2 reagent. Our group 2 reagent is H2S gas. For this, we will prepare H2S gas and pass through this H2S gas to this solution. We will prepare H2S gas and pass it through the given solution, and black precipitate is obtained, and we get black precipitate. This will confirm that group 2 is present. Group 2 means it may be the copper ion, cupric ion, plumbous ion or arsenic ion. If we get the black precipitate, it gives inference of cupric ion, lead ion, plumbous ion or arsenic ion. Then after we go through the confirmatory test of this given salt for basic radical. For the confirmatory test of the given, you take the precipitate, black precipitate of here obtained, and 50% of nitric acid. Add 50% of nitric acid in it and make their solution. The black precipitate obtained here is mixed with the 50% nitric acid solution, and this solution so obtained is divided into two parts. In the first part, we will add ammonium hydroxide solution. In the first part of this solution, we will add ammonium hydroxide solution. It turns azure blue. Deep blue color is obtained. Here we will take this black precipitate, made its solution in 50% nitric acid solution, and this solution is added ammonium hydroxide solution. It will give you azure blue precipitate that will confirm you that given salt is your cupric ion. Second test also we can do. In the second part of this solution, we will add potassium ferrocyanide, that is K4FeCN6, in the acidic medium of acetic acid. Then again we will get chocolate color. In the second part of the solution, we will add potassium ferrocyanide solution in the acidic medium, that in the presence of acetic acid solution will get chocolate color precipitate. That will again confirm you the given salt is your cupric salt. Given salt is your cupric salt. Here, that is finally we have observed that our acid radical is sulfate and basic radical is your cupric ion. That is, our salt is cupric sulfate. Here we have confirmed that acid radical is sulfate and basic radical is your cupric ion. This will confirm that our salt is cupric sulfate. This is your distilled water. We have to add a little salt in it and make its solution. Proper. Now see, this is a little solution we will take in another test tube and add first barium chloride. This is your barium chloride solution. In the given salt solution, you can observe it is turns white precipitate. This white precipitate confirms that given salt is your sulfate salt. Again, we will take salt solution and add lead acetate solution. Again you can see this turns white precipitate is obtained. That means our salt is your sulfate salt. In this way we have get confirmed that in our salt the recent sample having sulfate radical, that is acid radical of given salt is your sulfate. Now we will do base test for basic radical. For base test for basic radical we will do first group analysis, and in group analysis our group first reagent is your dilute HCl. we will take the salt solution and add dilute HCl. No precipitate is obtained. It means that H2S. After adding the HCl, we will see that here no precipitate is obtained. That means group 1 is absent. Now we will add group 2 reagent. Our group 2 reagent is H2S. Then we will add in this solution H2S gas. Now you can observe here the black precipitate is obtained. Here H2S gas is passed through it and the solution becomes now turns to black due to the formation of black precipitate. Now we have to filter this precipitate. This residue we have to take in another beaker and mask with the 50% nitric acid. Now make its solution. Now divide this solution in two parts. In the first part, we'll add ammonium hydroxide solution. You can observe it turns blue. That will confirm you the given salt is of copper. The given salt solution we add ammonium hydroxide solution. This is your ammonium hydroxide solution and the salt. Now the solution turns blue. That means our given salt is of cupric ion. In the second part, we'll add potassium ferrocyanide solution. chocolate color precipitate is obtained. It will give you confirmation of cupric ion. In this way, we have analyzed given salt. Cation is your cupric ion and anion is sulfate ion. That is, our salt is cupric sulfate. This is our now first analysis is completed. The sample is first given is your cupric sulfate.